Hi, I'm Matthew Schwartz with Information Security Media Group here at the RSA Conference in San Francisco to talk social engineering with Sjouwerman. Stu, thanks for joining me today.
Glad to be here.
So, social engineering, why is this still such a challenge?
It's a problem. It will always be a problem because the human is the weak link in your IT security. And that will remain forever.
It can't be solved. Is that what you're telling me?
You can try to patch the human, and yes, you can actually, but it requires training. And it requires more than just once a year. You're herd him in the break room, keep him awake with coffee and donuts, and death by PowerPoint. That ends. That doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. And so is that a tactic that organizations are even practicing? Or is this the best case scenario for many organizations, that they maybe wake people up once a year?
Well, yes. Used to be that is your checkbox compliance. You have to do security awareness training. You do this once a year and you're done. Well, that gave security awareness training a really bad reputation. Whereas new school security awareness training is you do a baseline test. You send a phishing attack. You find out how many of your users are click happy. That's step one. Step two, you train them online, on demand, through the browser, interactive. And step three, frequent simulated social engineering tests to keep them on their toes with security top of mind.
Very good. So tell me about the downsides of falling victim to social engineering, especially in the corporate context that we're looking at here. What are some of the predominant types of social engineering that you are seeing and attempting to combat?
Well, bad guys are trying to social engineer people in accounting with CEO fraud. They are trying to get through to HR to get W-2s, and then anyone who clicks on a phishing link and opens up an attachment that is infected with ransomware, the bad guys tunnel in your network and infect as many files as they can for ransom. That's just three
of the predominant or highly prevalent attacks that we're seeing.
Yeah.
In an ideal world, reality, technology would have been designed so humans didn't need to make it secure. I know one of the things that you talk about sometimes is a human firewall, attempting to create this concept of humans driving the security defense. Will we ever get to a point where technology can just do this for us?
I would hope so. I doubt it. My last company, actually, we built an antivirus engine, firewall, the whole 9 yards, security layers. You need them, but security software only goes so far. If the user wants to do something, the code needs to back out. The issue is that you need your employees as your last line of defense, and you need to create a human firewall that sits on top of all your other security layers you already have.
So this isn't something you're attempting to solve maybe so much as actively manage?
Very good point. We don't really use the word solution. We really use the term, this is a great way to manage the ongoing problem of social engineering.
So I know that when you launched the company, it was predominantly focused at SMBs.
Correct.
And now I know that you've increased the number of enterprise customers that you have. So talk me through a little bit, if you will, briefly, where you've come from and also where you see the company going in the future.
Okay, sure. When we started in 2010, there was nobody doing anything for small, medium enterprise. So I built the whole platform focused on that segment of the market, made it really user-friendly, easy to deploy, very short learning curve, no steep ramp. And then we built out the feature set to a point where we are equivalent or ahead of the competition. And last year we made it into the Gartner Magic Quadrant leader section. So now there's only a handful, maybe three, of players in this field for large enterprise that are on the short list, if you will. So we are moving rapidly up market.
Very good. And in terms of where you go going forward, do you think that this is going to continue to be a question of educating the users? Will there be additional technical components that we'll see? Or are you going to continue to double down on this philosophy you've had of helping organizations combat this problem?
This is a brand new market. I would be surprised if 10% of the market is actually doing this type of new school security awareness training. There's 90%. This is what the venture capital community calls greenfield, meaning there's no limits. You can just grow for the next 5-10 years. We will expand the features, but we could double and triple in size just as we are now.
Stu, thank you very much for your time and insights today.
You are very welcome.
I've been talking social engineering with Stu Sjouwerman, CEO and founder of KnowBe4. I'm Matthew Schwartz with Information Security Media Group. Thank you very much for joining us.